Hi and welcome to this, the fifth in our series of videos showing how to use EWD to develop a YUI-based Ajax application. This is where we got up to in video 4. We had our login panel and we had our menu bar complete with drop-downs, but these drop-downs didn't actually do anything, so let's fill that out. Let's start with this about option, and let's make it replace the login panel with an about panel when you click about. So let's see how you go about that. So the first thing is we're going to go into WinSCP and we're going to add our new fragment for the about panel, and we're going to call that simply about.ewd. In our new window we're going to type in I'm going to paste in some pre-written text for this fragment, and you should be able to see that we're using a new YUI widget here, YUI panel. In fact, it's very similar to dialog. Same idea with X and Y coordinates, footer text, header text. And then inside the panel we're putting a table with an image, and notice these guys down here, these EWD session variables denoted by the pound sign at the front. These are session variables, and the EWD ones are pre-existing ones. They're defined by the EWD environment at runtime, and these should show the operating system our browser is running in and the type of browser I'm using. So let's save that. That's our widget defined. Now we need to do just two other things. We'll go and get our library module where we had the dictionary that defined the drop-downs, and in the about option we're going to add a new property which is page, and the name of the fragment that we want to bring up, and that what that tells the menu bar custom tag is that when you click the about option we're going to fetch a fragment or a page called about, which is the one we just defined. Now there's one more thing we need to do, and that's to tell EWD where to put that fragment, and where we want to put it is where the login fragment currently is, that login panel, and that was the ID main container. Now we don't do that here. The place we do that is in the initial menu fragment, which is where we define the menu bar, and I put target ID equals main container. That should be it. We'll go and get our putty session and we'll recompile the application. Bring up the browser again, refresh the browser. Here's our login panel, here's our about option, and now when we click the about option we now see our nice about panel that replaced the login option. And here you see it's showing we're running in Windows XP and this is Firefox, which is correct. So how do we get our login panel back again? Well, the idea is that you would click this login option on the menu bar, so let's complete that. This should be very straightforward. We just go into our library.py and in our login option add page, and we'll pull back the original fragment called login panel. Save that. We should just be able to rerun this from the top. Bring up our about panel and now bring back our login panel, and there we go. Now those of you who have used YUI manually before will realize that there's obviously quite a bit more going on than meets the eye. For example, where were the JS files and the CSS files that are required for YUI, where are they being loaded? We haven't mentioned them at all. Well, the fact is that this is where the custom tags come into their own. They're doing all of that for us. If we restart this application from the top and look in Firebug, the Firebug trace, you'll see down here that all of the JS files have been automatically loaded for us. And if I bring up the About panel and now go down here, you'll see something interesting down here, and this is a trace that EWD creates for you. It's actually automatically destroyed the login panel widget and the button that was in there, simply by virtue of that target ID being replaced. So that all happened automatically. If I bring back the login panel and have a look at the Firebug trace, then here you see that the About panel dialog was deleted as well. That was destroyed. So this is the kind of automation that you can get from EWD's custom tags when you learn how to harness them and use them properly. You can automate all this kind of stuff that ordinarily you would have to do manually, and reduce the task of development into this very simple exercise that you've seen. So that's our main starting position all finished out. We've got our menu, we've got our login form. The next step, which will be in the next video, will be to show you how the login is now going to work, so that we can move into the main body of the application. See you in video 6.